Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome. Sorry, we're starting about an hour late. I had to went somewhere last night, which I do on Friday nights all the time now, or pretty much. Um, and accidentally left my phone there, so I had to go grab it this morning before it, somebody found it. It went missing for good. Um, but I got it. I'm back. So yeah, anyways, let's start off with prayer. Lord, thank you for another good day. Thank you for me being able to get my phone back. Thank you for everybody that's going to come on to the stream and watch me coloring Canadian Shield number 3 for the next couple hours. And yeah, I guess that's all I can think of to say at the moment. And help me get this done, Lord, as well. So, yeah, thank you. In your name, amen. Okay, now let me share this out. Share it on them their X's, better known as the Twitter. Let's grab that link and share to me discords, just so people know. Hey. Okay, there we go. Okay, so last time we left off on, I think it's panel 3 here. Oh, panel 4. Panel 4? And we were getting the Canadian Shield colored in. We got to draw in the couch that he's sitting on a little bit better there. And maybe something next to it. And something a little behind him, I'm not sure. But let's get the Canadian Shield himself done here. And we got to redo this maple leaf and his emblem on the chest because that it's a bit off kilter. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I think that was his eyes. So we added in his eye color, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, so let's come back to where I can see the whole chat. There we go. Grab eye drop tool to grab the color, and then we'll get in here and we will start getting the white in, and we'll get some of the white out too, because we don't need white on his chin. On his chinny chin chin. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. There we go. There we go. That is what we do, and that is what we say. Hey. Mine eyes have seen the coming of the Lord, the glory of the Lord. Hallelujah. This truth goes marching on. You know, we definitely have to clear up some of these lines after we get done. Some spots that are leaking out a little. There we go. Okay, that is good. And so now I think we've, yeah, on his skin. Time for the skinny. Okay, we need to bring this brush size down. There we go. It's a little better. And there's something when you get things filled in, sometimes you end up seeing little things like that, that little white coming into the skin area. And then, of course, I think we're going to have to grab the color from the last panel, which we'll have to show so we can do his hair properly. Okay, so that's good, except for, of course, the hair and not quite. We got a little bit more to go here. The skin. Oh, okay, so that. Okay, that's good. Now let's see. And there we go. Grab that. And now, whatever we have to do, we'll take 3 away again for now. And down here. And above the skin, add a layer, and insert the color in it. Okay, now let's okay, yep, that is what I'm looking for. So let's get little bits like that done. Correct it. Yes, there's a little bit of extra weight there. 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 And let's make sure that is blocked as well. And there we go. There we go. A little bit by little bit, eh? Let's make that like that. There we go. Does the same texturing go on to... Okay, we're gonna assume that's right. Okay, let's clean down. Wait. Yep. Okay, so... Oh, so... There we go. Okay, so now we gotta correct that. Okay, and I'm doing this on a separate layer. I'm gonna redo it here in a second. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this is going to be a couple of letters. I like that. You want something? Make it transform. Oh, yeah. So, I forgot that was on that layer. Let's try and give this some form. Because this is on his chest. And then there's going to be that in the middle. Gonna find. Let's put a lot of symmetry in here. And I don't know why I've never thought of this before since I know this tool exists. It's almost the perfect way to make the bloody maple leaf. Okay, parts of that is a little big, so let's parts of it is a little small. Okay, I'm gonna take away the red at the moment, and so we'll just see it without. Okay, so now we're gonna come back up here, and now that we have a little bit more of a defined shape, let's see what we can. Ah, I was thinking. I'm liking that all these lines. Let's, oh, that way out too. It's looking a little too stylized. Yeah, I do like that. See what that looks like. Okay, I like that. Okay, so let's go down to touches, touches. Okay, so now I know going forward to how to get that maple leaf in a little better. Yes. I gotta get those connections. Uh, there we go. Minor corrections. Now we'll come down here. We'll bring the maple leaf in again. Although So yeah, anybody drawing Canadian Shield, if you're using Clip Studio, a good thing to get that maple leaf in now, I would say, is the symmetry tool. Especially if you can get half of it good. It'll allow you to get the second half good. And I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner. So we will not be here next Saturday, unfortunately, because are probably going to be away on a fishing trip. I'm not sure how much I'll be fishing. Fishing is not really my thing. Okay, so there we go. So again, yeah. I'm gonna light this. And we're gonna add another layer for the couch. We'll call it couch. Go. Here we go again. Something. I think that's too high still. I don't know how I can There we go. I think that looks a little better. Let's gotten that in. So I'm going to take the couch one out for a moment because I want to take out the lines that we created before. Um, we got to get in there with a smaller brush, but right now I want to get this out. one, but make our brush smaller. We'll get in here. And we'll take these couple lines off. And we need to make our brush even smaller. So we don't really dig into the other. And up we go. Okay, so now with the new line in for the couch, I like that better. That is good. I don't think we're gonna add anything to the side. I'm not sure whether there'd be anything there. Well, there might be an end table. I'm just not sure what. I guess I could bring this up. Page 1. This is only on page 2. We don't establish anything, but we bring this up too for another reason. Couch color. Okay, that's the wall. We got the wall in there, so now let's put the couch in. Please say wall, and we'll say couch. Oh, I'm gonna get something to eat soon. Actually, gotta go out to buy some food. Oh, you know what? I want some. I don't have to go out necessarily. I got some cream and mushroom soup, but I am gonna have to go out soon because for something because I don't really have anything to eat besides a couple tins of food. Okay, so let's just make sure this line is good. That we haven't gone over it, or we've gotten close to it. Let's come up here. Skip this line a little bit. Okay, so that's Canadian Shield. That's there. A little bit of white coming out that doesn't need to be out. Same with there. Okay, so except for shading and lighting, and unless I decide to add something in around Canadian Shield, that panel is done. So let's look at the first three panels together. The first four panels. So, so there we have thing. We got two more panels on this page, and then we will be shading and lighting. Oh. So what are the next two panels? There we go. I think there's supposed to be something on the wall behind him. We haven't showed anything except for, did we show anything in that first panel? No, we haven't really seen behind Canadian Shield. That's probably more in drawings that I did or when I was attempting to do this. So okay, so okay, so let me first yes. I'm gonna grab myself a little something to drink. Tighten over for the end of the stream. It's even about an hour from now. sort of back. Grab myself a couple slices of bread. I grab some butter. Butter. Well, technically it's margarine. And we're gonna put some margarine on the bread. And then we're also gonna put some mustard on. I like mustard. Some mustard. Well, I don't know if there's a holiday in the States right now, but maybe that's why I got nobody here. Because I know in Canada here, it is what we call Victoria Day weekend, which is basically it celebrates Victoria's birthday, who is long since dead. But I think she's one of the. I think she was the one that said, "Yeah, Canada can have their independence." When we asked, "You guys can see me," so saying "be right back" doesn't make any sense. So let's see. Main, you know, 5. Okay, that. Well, I think. I'm not sure what to call that layer. Now, the question is whether I want to keep all these separate or not. And that's probably a good idea. But let's come here. I don't want to block off the hair. Oh, I think that is supposed to be his hair, but okay, so let's try it. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so before we let's take out the colors from stuff at the moment. There we go. That's Hey. That's what I want. There we go. There we go. Straighten those lines up, I think, for the couch. Okay, so Canadian Shield. We might have to redo some of, get his colors all done, and then we'll probably end up redoing that. The maple leaf looks decent enough. Probably have to redo the shield on the outside. The octagon? No, the pentagon. Now we're going to go back to the last panel for a quick second because we're going to add a color to this panel, and that is his eye color. So panel 4, we'll just open it up. We don't even need to get it so you can see it again. Grab that brown, hide it again. And we'll add a layer. And then we'll put some brown in there. Some of that color. There we go. Okay. Go to Okay, so there we go. And that's what I expected. The red. This is going to change probably. As there we go. That I know that's for that. Is that red too? Yeah, there's the belt. Well, hopefully we will have most of this panel done this week. Right now, and then maybe in 2 weeks from now we'll be finishing this off when we come back. Although probably once we are done the latest page of what's the name of it? Lesser known Bible stories, and by done I just mean done the second round. We'll end up coming back to lesser known Bible stories at some point, but we're probably going to be doing 2 streams of Color and Canadian Shield a week on Saturdays and Mondays. Okay. Now the belt buckle is supposed to be a slightly darker red. I don't know why it hasn't colored in that here. I'll have to go get that color from somewhere. Probably a different issue or something like that. I don't think it's on the first page. We can look. Hey, Alpha, how are you? Oh, that's good. So, I got a dumb question. Any progress on page two? And I'm not sure whether I'm going to want you to do it, but I have worked on Snowdrift. I'm doing pretty good. I was just asleep all yesterday. Uh, Not really. You want to see? Take a small break from this. You want to see the script for the Snowdrift hash can? We're pretty much almost done to page three, so we just got like a panel or two to do, and then it was up all Wednesday and Thursday trying to make a deadline. Uh, no, when it docks, not drive. Oh, is the Snowdrift a one shot or a new issue? It's just like the Canadian Shield Ash can. You're doing 4 pages, you know, sort of an introduction to the character. And again, it's supposed to be done around the time the Canadian Shield does his. Probably just a little bit after. That little monologue, that he's talking into the computer. Window capture. So here it is. Like I said, so you can see what you're saying in the chat. So, page one, panel one, as you can see. Snowdrift presses the button on the console aboard the Holy Warrior Space Station Alpha Omega 1. Is this thing on? I hope so. I'm not doing this again. My name is Snowdrift. If it's not obvious with my name, I have cold base powers. Not saying my alter ego in this video. Who knows who will watch it? And I will say I'm not originally from this time. I was born in the 1920s. I went to college, university during the Second World War. I majored in science, got my degree with top honors at graduation. With no details, tragedy struck, and it was stuck in time for about 70 years. When I was released, I discovered it should be my cold powers. Uh, I had cold powers, and that's when I became Snowdrift. Now, I fight crime, battle supervillains, even help to form a team of superheroes, the Holy Warriors, which I am a part of. And that's what we've got so far. What do you think? Still needs to be edited. Maybe metal. Well, I need to finish the rest of page 3 and do page 4. Not exactly sure how to end it. Yeah, the metal is my editor, if you will. So, after I finish this, I'll get together with him and we'll go over, spelling, grammar, and anything else. Any possible suggestions. Maybe even changing dialogue if he knows a little bit of the characters, so. Right now, he's one of the few people I trust with that sort of thing. Is she this in the same place? Is she at the same place that Canadian Shield is recording his history? Um, Basically, they're both doing it aboard the space station. I'm not sure whether it'd be the exact same console or whatever, or a different spot on the space station that she's doing hers compared to him. So, and she's not necessarily recording the exact same moment he's recording his either. It could be a couple hours later, or a couple days, or whatever. I guess it's just going to be something the Wiz thought up, for any possible new members joining or something like that, or for the rest of the team to get to know. But although the rest of the team would know, but I guess any heroes that. I think you get what I'm saying. Is she going to be called away on the mission? Well, I won't say Canadian Shield was called away on a mission. Just Canadian Shield was done. His recording, so he ended it and he left. And yeah, she's gonna, once she's done recording, she's probably going to leave. She's just come up at this point for that. Is she going to have examples of her using her powers like Canadian Shield? Um, I guess that would be more in. Um, you might see that in where she's saying, "My name is Snowdrift. It's not obvious. I have cold-based powers." Maybe I could split that up, make that panel 2, panel 3. That would bring everything down a extra panel, which would give me maybe the end of page 3. Uh, that would give me panel 4 on page 3. So that could be the end of page 3 then, with help from superheroes. So, I guess, in a sense, examples, like, I guess you could show, like, panel 2, she said, "My name is Snowdrift." Uh, and then change. I could make panel 3 then, and if it's not obvious with my name, I have cold base powers. And I'm not sure why I'm giving her that Southern Belle accent, because she's not a Southern Belle. So, yeah, yeah, you're gonna give her. Yeah, what? Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing one like these for my major 7 characters. So the next one up that I'm gonna be doing for is the Flame, and then Insecto, Ozona. It's almost in a sense telling their story from their point of view. Are all the ash cans going to be 4 pages? Yes. And then after they're all done, they're the those are the freebies, but I'm gonna color them up and put them collected together in one book. And then at some point in the future, I'm going to do once the Holy Warriors start, and after what I've determined this is when this is supposed to have been done. This might be shortly after that they form, within a year, not a year. I haven't exactly figured out the timeline for when this is taking place, these recordings. But it doesn't even matter. It's just sometime after somehow somebody starts getting a hold of these files. I gotta figure that part out. And with that, I've got to that's in the future, but it's, you know. So some of them not revealing everything about themselves is gonna end up being a good thing. Like, I know, as we know, Canadian Shield pretty much revealed everything about him, but you know, he's not gonna. He's gonna be a hard guy to hide no matter what. So Snowdrift just doesn't trust technology and stuff like that. She's, you know, very iffy about all the social media and all that sort of stuff. Now, as a person, Insecto, Jack McAdams will use a lot of it, but he's a big comic book fan. And he's going to be like, when he was recording his, he's not going to give his real name or any too much personal information because he's going to realize we're recording this. I'm living a comic book. Somehow, some way, some villain's going to get this at some point, and it's going to come back to bite us in the butt. So, I ain't revealing nothing. Or not too much, anyways. Jason, the flame, will probably reveal. Maybe, I'm not sure how much he will reveal. I'm not sure. He's not anti. He's definitely not anti-tech. He's gonna be fair, open book. I guess he think he's gonna be. This stuff can be trusted. These people can be trusted. And he'll probably reveal a bunch. I'm not sure about the Wiz. Man, I'm not sure about the other couples. The Wiz, it's his idea, so he probably will be very open. No way no way a villain's going to get it. It's safe and secure. Yeah, that's what you would expect. You know, this is on a space station out by like the edge of the Milky Way galaxy. Or no, this our solar system, not the Milky Way galaxy. Sorry. So you know, out by what Pluto. You know, just because. Um, Again, another thing with Insecto, he's like, okay, we're gonna have a base. We got this tech guy. We can build a space station. Cool, but we are gonna build it as far away as we can because otherwise, some damn villain is gonna get up here and get in. Let's make it as challenging as possible. Oh, I guess you're saying that no way. So far it seems like all your villains are street level. I don't think they can get anywhere close to the station. Um, Well, let's see. Let's go over my villains a little bit. Well, the ones that are in the first year and a half. Now, I know you're not going to be able to see this. I'm just going on to my website. Okay, yeah, so Absorb, no. Acer, he's a bit street level, but he's smart. He's actually going to get some whiz tech and be able to figure it out. Sort of, I'm not sure whether you ever watched Voyager, but it's like that guy who got the 24th century tech in, our time, and, was able to, well, he, over years, was able to, you know, reverse engineer some of it. So he could possibly, and he's going to lead a team of villains. The Ant, he's super tech savvy. He's like evil Iron Man. Ape, no. Aquarius, no. Libra, no. Bat Black and Black Bat, no. Blood Oath, no. Cancer, no. Capricorn, no. Dark Force is not exactly street level, but he's mysticism, and all that. So maybe there might be a possibility there. Darkness, maybe he's espionage. Diesel, no. Doctor Insect, no. Dragon Breath, no. Dust, definitely not. Extendo, he's in a lot of ways street level, but or a little bit beyond street level. He's smart, but stupid at the same time. Fearmaster, no. Frogger, no. Gemini, no. Ghost Spirit, he's with the team, and they're a bit beyond. They're like an evil Fantastic Four. Horsefly, yeah, no. Ice Woman, no. Cat, no. Killer, no. King, he's part of that evil Fantastic Four. Kit with Cat. Kit's a bit tech savvy, but probably not enough. Leo, no. Libra, no. Lightning, no. Lord, no. Match, well, she's going to become a good guy. Maximus Centurius, or not Maxima Max, sorry. No, Merc, no. Pig Snarker, he's just a small-time crime boss. Pisces, no. Professor Evolution, she's smart enough, but her focus, well, she might want it for experiments she's doing, so, but probably not. Queen, no. Queenie, no. Razor, Sagittarius, Scorpio, no. Slug, no. Speed, no. Squid, no. I'm beginning to think you're right, but there are a few of these. Stumper, maybe. She is a relative of the Wiz. Although it's really not in her forte, but I have other villains that I will be introducing. Tank, no. Taurus, no. Thunder, no. Thunderbird, no. Toxic, no, not really. Ultraviolet, gonna become a good guy. Virgo, no. Warlord again, his mysticism, he could possibly get there. Watchtower, no. White Witch, no. Wind, I don't think so. Windstone, no. Whizlock again. Dark Arts, Mystic Arts, so possibly. Wolfang, no. Wonder Witch? Nah. She's who made the space station, dude. No. Um, the Warriors themselves make it. Um, along, well, it's the plans and all that are put together by the Wiz because the Wiz has the technology of the 31st century if God was to tarry that long. So it's basically science. They're called the Holy Warriors because, you know, they're holy because of Christ. Eventually, an angel is going to join their group. Uh, so I'm not sure exactly what you mean by holy protection because they're, Christians, all Christians. I don't think they're going to have, no, Christian's home can get broken into as easy as a non-Christian. So, in that sense, no, but, they can do spiritual warfare and put up, quote unquote, hedge of protection. With quote unquote spiritual warfare, there could be some sort of holy protection, but they might not think of doing that. But yeah, you're sort of right. Right, a lot of my villains are not all that. Some of them they've got lots of power, but and there's a couple other characters too that, like Acer, he could be invested in trying to figure out about them. There's another character called Cornerstone. They could be interested in finding the space station or where the holy warriors hang their hat, if you will. That can be a whole that in itself could be a nice little villain arc or whatever in um comics. Okay, where so I hope that sort of answers your question about the science and all that. I'm not sure whether it was completely clear. I mean, probably, and if I'm not, it's probably just because I'm not 100% sure what you mean, and definitely I'm probably not completely clear myself at this point. But it's built with science, we'll say. It's It's not like a space station God built or something to that effect. However you would want to say that. The space station God built. I think that's all the white done for now. Come here. Uh, so we're almost at the end here for today. Any prayer requests? Uh, just good health and focus. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Have you heard from Judge Dillard after his family emergency? Um, I know his mom went into the hospital about a week ago, so I haven't heard from him since then. I did reach out to him on Tuesday about coming on. So okay, yeah, I guess we could pray for John and his family. Okay, so let's. Uh, okay, so next time which is probably in about 2 weeks or a week and a half. Got to get the color for the belt buckle, color it in, and Sheild probably done, and then we have to color in the couch and maybe correct a couple lines on that couch. So let's show off this page thus far as we're about to end. And we'll save this too. Oh, God. And we'll put the background colors in for the moment. For panel 5. So there, except for, well, let's take 3. There we go. So that is page 2 thus far. We got to finish up tightening up the colors on panel 5 and panel 6. And then we got to shade and light it. And maybe add a couple minor background features in some. I'm not sure. There should be windows, I think, to the side of John Sims in panel 2. So probably put those in so you can see outside, because that's not all wall there, I don't think. So not this Monday, but the Monday after, we probably will be working on this, because after next Monday we should be done the second pass at the story of Ehud, and then we're going to put a pause on lesser known Bible stories for a while we're coloring Canadian Sheild up, because that I want this colored as fast as possible, and I do want to do it on air. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. So I guess we'll just pray. Lord, thank you for a good stream. I pray for John Dillard, friend of the channel here and a good friend of mine, that whatever's going on in his life with his mom and all that, that you be there, help him out, help the family out, Lord. And also help Alpha to focus and give him some good health, Lord. And help me this coming week as I go on the fishing trip with my dad and family, to be a witness to you, and help me to witness to my dad. Give me the words to say, give me the opportunity, Lord, as I go on to, what to say, that will hopefully lead to his salvation, Lord. That's the most important thing. And I pray for everybody else with the channel, that you direct the path, keep them in good health and all that. So thank you, Lord, in your name. Amen. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in. We will be back Monday. Oh, tomorrow, watch out. I have something special coming up. Hopefully it should be a continuing thing. So watch for it tomorrow morning. And then I will be back Monday And yeah, we'll be finishing up hopefully the story of Ehud, which is just basically drawing a whole bunch of dead bodies and Moabite bodies and some buzzards and some crows, I think it was. So we'll see you all Monday, hopefully. So bye for now. God bless. Love you all. Have a great and wonderful day.